So why do you need to heel and toe downshift? Well, when you're braking at the limit at the track going into a corner and you have to downshift for the exit, you need to raise the revs at the same time as braking so that you don't unsettle the car's balance from sudden engine braking. If your tires are already at the limit and are near locking up under braking, you can't just release the clutch in a lower gear because you might decelerate the tires abruptly enough that they will lock up.
So how do you heel toe? So you've come out, you've done your laps, you've used a different type of downshift method, you've kind of got by, but you want to learn how to actually start pushing the limits of heel toe. Well, heel towing is something that I recommend everybody practices on the street or on a backcountry road, just braking and heel towing repetitively. I learned by literally doing it every single time I came to a stop anywhere. Going to McDonald's, heel towing. Doing racing gear changes going into Costco. As you're coming up to the corner, you're going to brake with the toe of your foot. You're going to clutch in, select the lower gear, blip with the side of your foot and release the clutch. Just like that, all right? I'll try and slow that down for you a little bit, but I could have to do it at speed. We're gonna go into second now.
So brake with the ball of your foot, scrub some speed first, then clutch in, select the lower gear as you hit the throttle with the side of your foot, then release the clutch and finish your braking. Okay, so let's watch this in stages. First, pivot on your heel and use the ball of your foot to operate the brake. This is why racing shoes are a good idea, so you can feel the pedal. Watch me slide my foot a bit on the brake pedal while keeping constant pressure so I'm in a good position to reach the gas pedal. Now watch again. In this step, you push the clutch in just a fraction of a second before you use the side of your foot to hit the throttle. Notice how I keep the same brake pressure on the pedal throughout. In this step, you also select the lower gear. The gear that you select will dictate how hard you stab the throttle, because you might need to raise the revs a lot, like for third gear to second gear, or just a little, like for fourth gear to third gear. Also, keep in mind, different cars have different pedal spacings, so in your car, you may need to pivot your foot wide and actually use the heel of your foot to hit the gas. So now you have selected the lower gear and raised the revs, you have to release the clutch to engage the drivetrain. You want to catch the revs at the right time with the clutch. You'll have to do this by knowing how many revs separate each gear on your rev counter, or just do it by sound. You see me here pause before I fully engage the clutch. I'm just moving the clutch to before the bite point so I can fully release it at the correct time to catch the lower gear smoothly.
You're gonna learn very slowly how much you need to actually blip the throttle for each gear. All right, it's one of those things you need to practice over time, okay? Because the first time you do it, you're gonna jab the brakes and it's gonna really unsettle the car. Getting a balance for this, applying your toe and using the side of your foot, takes a lot of time, okay? Because as soon as you blip the throttle, you're gonna brake too hard. Everybody does that, okay? So just come out and do it a million times, right? What I recommend doing at first is when you blip the throttle, release the clutch very slowly. So don't dump off the clutch right away because you probably didn't match the revs for the lower gear properly. Okay, so when you do it, you're going to brake, you're going to clutch in, blip the throttle, and then slowly release the clutch, like I'm about to do now. All right, that will ensure that you've matched the revs properly. Now on the track, it makes a big difference because you're going to be doing it faster. You're going to be near the limit of grip, okay? So you're braking, downshift, into the next gear for the next corner, all right? It's going to be more aggressive. So you have to get it right, otherwise you'll chatter the tires, right? You don't want to do that in a rear-wheel drive car that's already ready to slide around like this one is.
I hope this has helped you a bit, but remember, you just have to get out there and practice a lot. You need to make it muscle memory. So next time on Track Tips with TH, we are going to explore some of the other methods of downshifting at the track if you aren't ready to try this yet. And if you haven't watched it yet and are looking for something a bit more advanced, check out my How to Drift video. Have fun and be safe. Take two.
So your best is a 128.8.
That's terrible.
Thomas, you are very good on camera.